Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I just had to sit for a meeting and it was just making me want to go to sleep. I don't know why that happens in my brain. Welcome back to another one of my videos. I need to wake up. My brain is sleepy. Sleepy. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. So today I'm going to be speaking about bullying in a workplace. To be honest, I am a little bit confused at the world. I'm really confused because in my brain, I don't... Wait, let me think about this properly, right? In my brain, I don't have a desire to be mean to people. I don't have a desire to be horrible. I have the opposite desire. So I have a desire. And when I say desire, I mean the want, the need, the feeling. I have the desire to help people, to help others, to give them things. Like if I have stuff, I don't know, if I had like $1 million in dollars, why did I say dollars? If I had £1 million in my bank account, the first thing I'll do is think, who needs this money? And then I'll go and give some people some money. Or like if I had like things I just want to be giving, like my natural desire is to help people and to give to people. So based on that existence inside of myself, just to add that I do have things in myself that I don't like, but those things again, I'm trying to change them. So for example, if somebody gets on my nerves, I will get angry. Or if somebody like tries to like take the piss out of me, I will like get angry. And I feel like those things in my character, I'm not really proud of them. And if they happen, I do go away and kind of just like, right, Nayna, we can't do that. Like, we can't behave like that because we want to be the best person, and the best person would react like this and not like this. And so then if somebody like triggers you, you have to stay calm. Or if somebody like tries to take the piss out of you, you have to try to understand them and stay calm. But I have another side to me that's like just a hothead and that cannot really contain the anger. I can't control my anger. So if something triggers my anger does take over. So that side to me, having said all of that, I do have that side to me. Regardless of that, so then here I am and I have a desire to just be helpful. So what really, and this will tie into bullying in the workplace, right? But what really is weird and troubling to me, right, is that I was listening to this guy on the Diary of the CEO thing, and he was talking about a charity that he's running at the moment where he's bringing clean water to people. And then he like went on this like year or 2-year trip on this boat, and then this boat like went into Africa or to places around there where people don't have access to very basic things that, like in the UK for example, we have access to everything. Like if there's a problem with my body, I will go to my doctors for free, and I'm guessing in America it's not for free, but you can still pay for insurance, so then it is for free. Basically you have access to anything. I have access to food, I have access to job, I have access to learning, I have access to... Did I just say all the things? Food, clothing, fun things, exciting things. I have access. Like the world is my oyster, and that's really truth. Regardless of the state of like depression, happiness, all of that, right? Everything I have access to these basic things that we take for granted. We don't really call them basic. This is just like normal. And then these people in these other places of the world, they don't have them. So then I'm sitting there really confused. Like, what do you mean you don't have? I don't listen to the news. I don't look into like charity work. I don't look into nothing because I just literally sit in my room by myself or sit in my house by myself, and I don't really pay attention to things. But like it really hit home. This guy was talking about it, and actually when I was younger, this was the thing that made me want to change the world, is that my mum said to me that poverty was real. And I'm now 35. I heard this when I was like 7 or whatever. I can't remember how old I was, like 7, 8. And still up to this day, we've made progress, but we still have people that don't have basic things. Like for example, people die apparently of gonorrhea, diarrhea. People die of like drinking dirty water. People have these problems that we would be able to do a surgery on or whatever, and these people don't have access to surgery. They don't have access to doctors. So then they just like left living in these states. Oh no! So then I'm sitting there listening to this guy talking about these things, and I'm like, I don't get it. Why don't I have access to it? Yeah. And then this guy was, luckily he went on to explain that this country, I forgot the name of the country, they've been at war for like 10 years. And so then the people of that country, they are suffering. So then everything gets destroyed, and everything is destroyed. And I'm really sitting here thinking, I don't get it. Yeah. Why don't the people of the UK send help or give help or share their resources with like the whole world? Basically, why don't the whole entire world share resources with each other? Why is it that some parts of the world are like a super duper deprived and then other parts of the world are not? Like, I don't understand why we would allow that, because if I was in charge, I would literally not allow that. I'd be like, okay, you have people starving in your country, that's not acceptable. What are we gonna do about that? And maybe these things are already happening, but they're happening very slowly, and I don't get it. Okay, so now if I'm in the head of like the people who are suffering, their leaders over there, like why would you allow war to happen in your grounds where people are suffering? They don't have access to doctors, they don't have access to clean water. Like, what is that about? And literally, I'm not lying to you, that thought started getting me depressed again, because I didn't understand why we would treat each other like that. Like, for example, if I had a country and I was the president, why is my country not have access to doctors? And anyways, I was very confused. I swear I was really confused, because I don't understand it. Because why am I not like that, and why are you like that, and why do we treat each other badly, and why is it that like we're here up on our high horses in this country where literally I can go to Tesco or Lidl or Asda and I could buy whatever I want?
Wow.
Even if I don't have a lot of money, I could still go walk in there and buy whatever my money can give me. But these people, they don't even have access to these shops. They don't have access to nothing. I could literally go and enroll on a course and learn about maths if I wanted to. And these people, they don't have that.
Oops.
And so then I'm not understanding why we treat each other this way. Like, why do we treat these people nicely, but we don't treat those people nicely? Why are we treating this country with all the resources, but that country has no resources? Like,
Huh?
I don't get that behavior. And how is that possible? Anyways, and then I started getting upset about God all over again, because it's like, I don't understand why you would create something that behaved like this. Like, dude, we throw away food all the time while there's lots of people starving. Anyway, I couldn't connect to this feeling of not wanting to care for another. I couldn't connect to it, and I didn't understand it. So then here I am once again feeling like an alien, because I'm not understanding why the world is this way. Like, you don't care for another, you don't care for them, therefore you let them suffer. And I don't understand that feeling. I don't understand where it comes from. So anyways, I just went on a massive rant about this to go on to say that I'm guessing that this type of behavior of not caring for another creates these behaviors that we call bullying. I had to collect my thoughts there, because literally I just went on such a tangent. It's like, Nayna, you're talking about bullying and you just went on a massive tangent about charities and this world, because I guess it does all come down to the fact of like our behaviors and how we behave towards each other. Because how can we be so mean towards each other? For example, if I had hate for somebody, I know in myself that I'm experiencing it. I know in myself that I should get away from that person so I don't harm that person. Because if I allow my anger to be creative and to be expressive, that person's going to suffer because of how I feel about that person. And because I don't believe in that world, I don't believe that that's fair, I don't like that, I then take myself away from that person, so then that person doesn't get to experience the negativity that I have towards it. And I feel like maybe this world does the opposite. It allows the negative feelings and the negative expressions to things that we don't like, it allows it to treat it badly instead of like coming away from it and allowing it to be without me interfering. And maybe that's what bullying is. It's like we don't like something for some reason. There could be so many reasons as to why a bully doesn't like something. It could be jealousy, it could be irritation. And it's funny, I have a memory of when I was a kid that I'm very embarrassed about, and it's to do with bullying. So, and actually when I came to England, I got treated exactly the same way, and it kind of like really taught me a massive lesson. But anyway, so there was this, and no, it wasn't the same way, but anyway, let me tell you the story. So I was in Brazil, there was this girl in my class, she was so I don't remember it properly, but my mum tells me the story. I do remember like how I treated her, but I don't remember why properly. But she was very slow at everything. Like, she was a bit of a crybaby, and she irritated the shit out of me. Sorry, I'm swearing. And I remember I wanted to hurt her. No. because she was irritating me. And so then I would hurt her in some ways. I don't know, I'd attack her and stuff, and I used to get in trouble for it because she would irritate me so much that I just needed to hurt her. I'm very embarrassed at that behavior, because now as I'm older, I don't want to do that anymore. Like if something irritates me, I want to leave, and the only reason why I would attack something is if they don't let me leave. But now I've learned that if I want to attack something, I have to leave, because that's not fair on you, and people don't need to be treated that way. So then when I came to England, and it was the opposite. So now I was this foreign kid, nobody liked me because I didn't speak any English, and people like would kick me under the table for the whole entire freaking school day because I was like foreign, I didn't speak English. And then here I was being bullied in primary school because I was the foreign kid, and it was really scary, and this fear was born in me of like anxiety and panic, fear of like people like wanting to kill me and wanting to hurt me, and it never went away. Anyway, so my point is that is bullying, you know, a form of like of expressing dislike, expressing negative feelings, expressing negative experiences, and you're allowing them to reach the other person. And so then is the healing of bullying the education that we need to, I guess we need to learn how to respect people, right? Because now that's what I have respect for people, even though I don't like them, even though I don't something about them triggers me. Still, I have the respect and the knowledge that they have the right to be alive. They are exactly the same as me. We are all on the same level. And if we taught ourselves that, then maybe we would learn that when we have these irritating feelings towards people, we have to walk away instead of expressing them. And it's difficult because some people might say that, you know, we have to express how we feel. We have to express it. Even if it's negative, we have to express it. But I don't necessarily agree, because if somebody was coming to me, expressing to me their negative feelings about me, I would not have the patience to listen to that. Whereas if somebody came to me with a nice calmness, no anger, and they said, oh, Nayna, you know when you do this, like it really hurts my feeling, I'd be like, oh shoot, let me change that. But if they came to me with anger, then I wouldn't. I'd be like, who are you talking to? Leave me alone, go away. So I'm guessing that we have not been taught to treat each other with respect, of like, if I'm going to speak to you, I'm going to speak to you with respect, with calmness. And if I don't have respect and I don't have calmness, I need to leave you alone until I have respect, until I have calmness. Then I could speak to you about how I feel about you. But if I'm coming to you with disrespect and anger, then that's not going to bring you any growth. It's not going to bring you anything. And I feel like that's what bullying is, that we're not respecting people when we are angry and irritated. We're giving it to them as it is. And let's be real, some people see things as bullying, and the person giving it doesn't see it as bullying. They just see it as like normal, and then yet the person receiving it is like, no, that's bullying because I'm feeling this way and I'm feeling that way. So actually maybe bullying is kind of like not even known when it's happening, though sometimes it is known, and that's where like you're literally expressing your anger towards somebody. You know that they don't want it, you know that they can't take it, yet you're still doing it. And I guess that's like transparent bullying. But I guess that there is a passive bullying where you actually don't know what you're doing and you're expressing yourself in an angry way and you're expecting a person to listen to it, and that's bullying. And I've done that in relationships. Sadly, I've done it with my son, where literally I'm expressing something that's negative and I expect him to sit there and listen to it. Anyway, so then moving on to bullying in a workplace, I feel like I was just in a situation, I left this job, I was there for a long time. People didn't bully me in terms of like, people didn't bully me to my face in terms of like that really transparent bullying that you get in primary school or secondary school, where people are literally like in your face bullying you. But in the corporate world, they have hierarchy, and hierarchy makes you feel like you are rubbish. And so then these values get put in place to make people feel valued and make people feel important. But those values are literally like not as strong as the hierarchy and the culture, and the culture still exists of like, yeah, but I'm on top of you. And so then these people who are on top, who are not respectful and they're not kind, they do express themselves in ways that they don't care how the person receiving it feels. And so then you get a bullying workplace where literally people don't care how you feel, and they force their power onto you, and they don't care how you feel about that. And if you feel rubbish, they don't care. And that happens a lot in workplaces. And so then these modern workplaces, they are implementing values to look after these staff from not feeling bad and not feeling anxiety when they go into work. And actually, the more we speak up about these things, the more they're going to change. And unfortunately, I know it's difficult to speak up about things because you just get even more anxiety. And that's what happened to me. Like, I was speaking up about things that were happening in my workplace. I was like, what are you doing? This is not fair. But I was the one that was suffering because I was the one that was going to sleep with anxiety. I was waking up with anxiety. I wasn't even the one being bullied, but these people were bullying their staff, and I was like, this is not okay, and I was speaking up about it, and I was the one going to bed with anxiety. Yet this changes the world. It changes it, because when you speak up about it, people get it in their brain, like the bullies get it in their brain, oh, maybe this is not okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing like this. Because if you don't get told that you're doing something wrong, some people are so blind to themselves that they won't know it. I'd like to think that I'm not blind to myself. Like, I don't ever want to be blind to myself. Like, I just want to know what I'm doing at all times. I want to know how I affect people at all times. Like, I want to be aware like that. But if I'm not, for some reason, I would also like somebody to calmly tell me to do it differently, because I am impacting them in a negative way. And so then what I wished, to close off this video, is that what I wish is that there was some type of policing, because that's what I was wishing for in this, like, this last job that I had. Like, I wish that there was some type of police that would be like, they would turn up and say, hold on lady, stop doing that, because you're not allowed to do that, and if you carry on doing that, you're out of the door. Like, there was nobody in the corporate world, nobody does that. The only people that do that is like HR, but HR is like ignores reality, and they don't really help at all actually. And these people are just left to their demises, they're just left to their realities to control people and lead them in a way that is negative and makes people feel rubbish. And yet the only way to change that is by speaking up. And for me, I was like, okay, speak up and then go. And that's what I did. I spoke up and then I left, because I can't stand waking up every morning with anxiety. And it's sad because like a lot of people didn't want to see me go because I'm very good at what I do. And so then they were very sad to see me go. But obviously, and then I think that the hierarchy people just couldn't wait to see me leave, because I was the one that they couldn't really play games with and had to kind of behave themselves, because they do have to follow the rules. And it's such an anxiety-driven game, and who wants to play that, right? Who wants to play that? But on your way out, speak up about what it is that's happening, and then we're forcing change on the people who are doing the things wrong. So let me close this video by just concluding that bullying is not acceptable. It's not acceptable passively, transparently, in any way, shape or form. We all do it in one way or another, and we have to be self-aware of our behaviors and how it makes people feel, our words and how it makes people feel, and we have to be respectful of others and how they receive us, and it's completely our responsibility. And somebody once said to me, it's not my responsibility how somebody feels about my words, it's their responsibility. My responsibility is my words, but how they feel about it is not my responsibility. And I feel like that is not okay. It's 100% our responsibility of how people receive us. And so then I feel like we do need to be self-aware. Do you make people feel uncomfortable? Are people scared of you? Are your words hurtful? Respect people who receive you, and either give them what you expect to receive yourself, but maybe some people's standards are not that high, so they don't really have that standards for themselves, or just respect what people are saying to you. If they don't like something, respect it and give them what they want, because they have the right to exist here just like you do. And so then that's the message I leave with you today. Bullying is not okay. Be aware of yourself and your behavior, and respect people and their realities. And then we can create a beautiful world. Sorry, this subject has made me feel a little bit weird, and I don't like it, and I have such experience with this subject. So I hope I wasn't too, I don't know, unhappy. But anyway, have a good evening, day, night, sleep, wherever you are, and I shall see you next time. Okay, bye.